All right, welcome, Brie Orr. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. All right, so if you don't know, Brie is an Iowa setter. She's an upcoming senior, coming into high school or coming into college. She was an AAU All-American. Finished last season fifth in the program history with assists, with over 3,200, and then actually is a leader for this team on and off the court. So I sort of want to start. So you're actually one of the few Black setters in the Big Ten and Division One as a whole. And recently, you've been very active and vocal in the Black Lives Matter movement, kind of using your platform, especially in the last few weeks. So after all the emotional and kind of horrifying events that have been happening recently, how has the response from your peers been?
The response from my peers, it was, it kind of took a while for people to start being more vocal about it, but now it's great. I mean, I've had a lot of really deep discussions with my teammates that have helped a lot. They said that it's helped them, it's helped me, and just to know that people have my back. And yeah, I mean, it was definitely a slow start, but once things started picking up, it was very easy to talk with them about it.
Mhm. Yeah, actually, I saw your statement on NCAA Volleyball on Twitter and talking about how you and your family actually went to the George Floyd March in Minneapolis. As you know, you're from Minnesota. So what was that like?
I mean, it was like beautiful. I mean, it was one of those things where like you'll remember it for the rest of your life type of moment. And so I'm from Eagan, which is about 15 minutes south of the cities. And so one day we were just out and about. We just had raised about $2,000 for a food drive. Well, food, just all supplies in general. And um, we were downtown dropping that off, and then my sister was just like, hey, we should go to the memorial. And we are just like, okay. Like, so we all just got in the car and drove a little bit around the city. And I mean, it was awesome just sorry, seeing everyone there. And I don't know, just being with people and who were telling their stories on like their megaphones and all of that. And then when we were there, they announced that like the four officers were arrested at that moment. So it was just kind of like a big thing, I guess. And it was awesome.
Yeah, and yeah, and for you, obviously, that like hit so close to home. So it's cool that you could actually be a part of that. Whether or not you know you're staying there all the time or not, it's still your home.
Yeah.
So another thing, so your head coach Vicki Brown is just one of two women coaching volleyball in the Big Ten, and just the second Black head coach ever in Big Ten volleyball history. Just an incredible trailblazing women overall. How has Coach Brown's leadership kind of impacted you?
It's amazing, especially during this time. I always know that she has my back, and she's just great about being vocal and respecting everyone's views, but being very strong in her beliefs. So, I mean, I love playing for Vicky. She's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any like what's your favorite Vicki story?
Um, I don't, I mean, she's very like funny. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that. Like, she's really funny, like, is goofs around, but knows when to be serious. And I love that about her.
Yeah. So yeah, so like I said earlier, you've kind of been a rock for your team. Honestly, since you came in freshman year, you started playing right away. So I'm kind of wondering, how is the adjustment coming in from high school and immediately having to step up and be that leader for your team right away?
I mean, it was hard, but I graduated early, so I had a full spring and summer to just kind of get used to everything, get close with the girls. And so freshman year was hard for a couple months just because it was coming, like I was still 17 for 3 months of being in college. And so that was a little crazy. But after that, it just kind of came naturally. And even the seniors knew that like I needed to be like a freshman leader since I was setting. So they made it so much easier than I feel like it could have been.
Yeah, sometimes that transition can be super, super hard. I know like coming in, it really helps when you have those upperclassmen that are kind of guiding you through, especially, you know, you're coming in early. That's like can be really intimidating. So sort of switching gears, last season you actually suffered a concussion near the end that kind of cut your season short. So can you walk me through how you got concussed and kind of what happened in the weeks to follow physically and mentally?
Yeah, so I got a concussion at Purdue after I hit my head on the floor. Like a bunch of us were going for a ball and I just kind of rolled to avoid hitting someone else, but then hit my head on the floor instead. But yeah, I mean, it was really hard for a while. I had symptoms for a very long time, which, I mean, I've had concussions before that weren't nearly as bad, so I wasn't really expecting that one to be bad. But after that, I tried coming back from Michigan, and it just kind of like nothing felt right. And after that, it was more like post concussion, like stress and anxiety that was kind of keeping me from like being back on the court. But my coaches really helped me out with it. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times with concussions, it's obviously hurts physically, but then it's like getting back into it mentally, that like stress and anxiety that comes with it. Really for any injury, just kind of getting back. But so looking toward the upcoming season, I know you guys are building a new arena, which I'm sure you're super excited about. So what does it mean to kind of have the school put so much time and effort and money into your team and program?
It's awesome, especially like being a team on campus that not a lot of people go to our games, especially students. It's awesome to see that they want to put like this new arena up. We want more fans, like, and it's just a great feeling because at our school it's usually football and basketball. So now people are really putting the focus into volleyball. And I mean, it's a growing sport, so I feel like it's about time.
Have you seen any parts of the arena yet?
Yes, we did a tour back, I think it was like in
Way
January.
back when.
Yeah, and it was awesome to like see it, but I mean, it wasn't all like together. Like there were some walls that were down, like the locker room wasn't finished, but there's a kind of video camera like that has live updates that I think Iowa Volleyball tweeted, and shows like the arena like being made like as it's happening right now. And so I think there's seats in right now, but the floor is not done. But I'm so excited to play in it, especially for senior year. So I had 3 years in Carver, have like my last year in Xtream.
So what are you most excited for, like specifically about the arena? Like if there's one piece.
Ooh. I think just having it like smaller than Carver, because Carver, it can get kind of like the sound drains out. So I mean,
yeah, when you have those huge arenas and you're playing on like such a small court, you can be as loud as you want, but like it just doesn't fill the space.
And Carver has the weirdest like depth perception problem, but I mean it works for us, but sometimes like beginning of the season it's just so hard to get used to again. But I'm just so excited to have something that's like more compact and where it can get super loud with all of our fans instead of it kind of going all over the place with the sound.
Yeah, and the band helps out there too. I definitely will say playing at Iowa, the band is like the one thing that you're like, okay, we're going to Iowa, we're going to have the band behind us. Oh, this is the worst.
The band is our biggest fans. They think of the funniest stuff to say.
They'll yell like SpongeBob references at you, and you're like, you're serving, you're like, I can't help but laugh.
Exactly. And they're never mean, and I love that because like I've definitely been to like arenas where they're not very like nice.
Yeah.
They're always so funny. Like I don't even know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to watch you guys next season in the new arena. And good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.